So coming into the Buenos Aires meeting, we, that is to say the cross-community working group on the IANA stewardship proposal from the naming community had prepared our final proposal. We prepared it in advance of the meeting so that the chartering organizations who had commissioned this work in response to the request for proposals from the coordinating group, we had prepared our final report ahead of the meeting, and we're now able to refer it back to the chartering organizations here in Buenos Aires. It was not guaranteed that those organizations would support the work, much as I can testify that we had done a very comprehensive amount of work and made a substantial and wide-ranging report. We were not guaranteed, but I'm very pleased to be able to tell you that all 5 chartering organizations have approved the proposal for submission to the coordinating group as a response to their request for proposals. So the great news is that means that the coordinating group has a proposal from the names community, the numbering community, and the protocol community. And in so doing, they have 3 responses to their initial request for proposal, which means that they are able to now continue their work to prepare and synthesize those into a single response to the NTIA, who issued the initial request over a year ago now. This is a big moment for us that we have all 3 responses to that request for proposals. The coordinating group can get on with its work, but the job isn't done yet, and there's another parallel piece of work that's going on in the names community, and that is to look at a review and revision of the key accountability mechanisms at ICANN. So what happens now is the overall work essentially goes off on 2 separate tracks. We've got the 3 proposals in with the coordinating group. They'll do their work to synthesize those and prepare that response. In addition, we've got a separate group that is looking at the accountability measures, and they will prepare a further draft report and ideally a final report ahead of our ICANN meeting in Dublin, at which point these 2 paths come back together again, and ideally we'll be presenting at that point a double package of the combined request for proposals that came from the coordination group, plus the enhanced accountability mechanisms, and we can hand that over to the NTIA via the ICANN board to produce this combined package of measures. So a major milestone here in Buenos Aires, but it's not quite the end of the road yet. But we really have made very good progress. So I think for me personally, as one of the co-chairs of the CWG, it's very satisfying, but it's very satisfying more broadly. It's satisfying for the community that we can come together with a cross-community working group dealing with a very thorny issue with a lot of different views and make the necessary compromises and adjustments and efforts and all that takes to produce a coherent, freestanding proposal that makes sense. And so I think it's a proud moment for all of us that we can have reached this milestone.